And so anyhow, yesterday I was listening to this right here. Tom Likas and Paul Elam. That's right. Talking with each other in an interview, right? Both of them talked a lot of truth, but of course they didn't go into the root cause of the problem. But what the advice that both of them would give you is basically to walk away from women. If you're in a workplace, don't talk to them, don't associate with them, keep it strictly business. Basically, to completely walk away from women. Okay? To never marry. Okay? Because the woman's gonna. And the sad thing is what they talked about is truth. It is what's happening. It really is. I think the interview itself was actually outstanding, okay? Because they touched the topics and spoke so professionally, but of course the problem is it was all the symptoms. What's happened to our society? It's not why is this happening? What caused this? How can we straighten this out? How could we stop the division? You didn't hear that. What you heard was a promotion to keep the division going, basically. They were correct about their analysis of what's going on in society. The behaviors of men. Oh, yeah. How weak men are. Oh, yeah. And I know there's a lot of simps, pussy whipped men, vaginas, whatever you want to call them. Weak, desperate men who don't understand how lucky they are not to have a woman in their life. Okay, but you have to go deeper than that. You have to understand why this is happening. Why women are acting the way they're acting. See, all of you weak simps, vaginas, pussy whip men, whatever you want to call yourselves, who fall short of being a real man, who won't stand up to the female for fear that you won't get to put it in a hole or you'll be ostracized by the female gender. Because after all, I mean, they can slam us all day all over the media. They can slam us all over sitcoms. They can slam us all over commercials. They can slam men all the way across the board in real life. No big deal. They can call men out for all their wrongs. No big deal. It's all accepted. But the minute you call a woman out for her wrong, oh, you're a misogynist, you're a woman hater, you're this, you're that, and you're attacked. Now, see, these two did discuss that in their little interview here, which was about 40 minutes long that I listened to. They were correct in everything they said. There was no lies told in this interview whatsoever. They were 100% concretely correct across the board. It'd be considered an outstanding interview by all means. The only problem I foresee with it is the fact that, once again, you don't see nobody looking for a solution. The solution that they're giving would go right along with NWO. Destruction of the family unit. The solution they're giving you would do just that. This has always been my issue with mainstream media, people who speak up for men's rights. They're not accidentally there. They are working with the system. I've always said this. So let me show you, for the people who've listened to this, and it looks like we got over 4,000 people who's already listened to it. I'm not going to play it because it'll be a copyright. Oh, yes, it will. I was going to go ahead and share this video, so I downloaded it and was going to put it up on BitChute. But BitChute, the owner of BitChute, apparently is working with the powers to be. It's all about money. That's right. That's what it's about to him. It's not about what's right or what's wrong. He probably don't even care what's up on the site as long as it goes according to evil. To whatever the evil says he must do to keep his site for the tool. For the tool. That's what it's all about. Even on BitChute, it's all about the tool. The tool. Money, money, money. And that's what it's about to Paul Elam, too. Because what do you mean that's all it's about to Paul Elam? Oh, yes. When you listen to this interview, it's outstanding as far as talking about what's really going on. But we're not talking about where it came from, why it's happening, and ways to correct it. The correction is to walk away from women, according to these guys here. The correction is to never, ever, ever, under any circumstance, get married. Now, I can understand why they're saying it, because the programming, the poll, each side is so screwed up that, yes, you have a three-party contract. The government will dictate, and the woman and the government will win, and you as a man will always lose, unless you have a lot of money, a lot of the tool. That's right. So, but anyhow, so this video is blocked from being shared. It sure is. You can download it and have it and listen to it for your personal self, but you better not play it somewhere else. Why would that be? Once again, it's about the tool. Let me show you. So what I did is I went to An Ear for Men. Here's his website. Here's Mr. Elam here. Okay? So I went onto his website. And as we can see, your masculinity isn't the problem. Don't allow society, don't allow social conditioning machine, don't allow social engineering. He's not really saying that, I'm adding that. To dictate the narrative. See, that's doublespeak. Because he's going to tell you don't allow society to dictate the narrative while he's going to preach to do exactly what society's wanting to happen. The people at the top, the people running this, the people responsible for this, that he'll never address, that he'll never talk about. But he's going to preach or tell you to do exactly what they want, which is what they're pushing into society. So when he says don't allow society to dictate the narrative, he should be saying do allow society to dictate the narrative. Because that's really what he's saying. Because his advice will be just that. So in your life, be sure, be the author of your own story. But your story's being wrote for you by somebody else. But I'm on his website. This is how it starts off. Do you see this? She'll say, get services? Oh, okay, hold on. Let's see what he means by getting services. Oh, relationships issues. Okay, so he's going to counsel you on relationship issues. Well, you should already know what they are, shouldn't you? Don't never get married. That's right. Don't talk to women on the job site. Keep it strictly business. You should already know what it is. All you got to do is go back and listen to Paul Elam's videos and all the advice he's already given you. Divorce strategy. So what's this? Destruction of the family unit strategy. How to give the courts and the government your money. We got to go along with that. Smoking consultation. How to tell you to stop smoking. Weight loss, diabetes management, addictions, family or origin issues, just the red pill life. Sessions are $120 per full hour, paid in advance. There you are, people, right here. This is what it's all about. This is what it's all about to you. Let's keep the family destroyed. Let's not look for the root cause. Let's not talk about ways of straightening out our society. Let's keep the problem going. Divorce strategies. That's right. Relationship issues. Well, if your relationship's in a mess because of social engineering, which it will be, then he's going to give you this advice and strategies on how to destroy the family. That's right. Because after all, keep your riches to yourself, guys. Don't let no female steal your riches. You can't see what's going on here. How come it's so important to look for the root cause? Yes, this issues that they talked about is true. Yes, their video they hear is outstanding as far as the symptoms, what's going on. As far as the actual cause, was never talked about. How could we turn that around and straighten out our society? Was never talked about. The advice they're going to give you for straightening out our society is right here. And in the long run, this is all it's about to you. I'm right here. $120 per hour, per full hour, paid in advance. So that's what he's really about, guys. As I've always told you. As I've said for years. Anybody that had real compassion and real care, that cares about what's right and what's wrong, and about other people, and fixing the problem, looks for the root causes, not the symptoms. So I don't know why all the people in the United States don't take their car to, when it breaks down, to a mechanic that only looks for symptoms. Fuck the root cause. You could keep paying that mechanic to fix the same problem over and over and over and over and over again. That way that mechanic can get rich off of your stupidity. That's what you're looking at here. This is what you're looking at right here. That's that face. This is the face of that mechanic, who's only going to address the symptoms, the symptoms, the symptoms. And the advice he's going to give is that of what NWO wants, promotes, pushes. And all for what? Right here. $120 per full hour. Isn't that a hell of an income this man thinks he deserves for pushing NWO? Yes, it is. Because he absolutely has no care. The only thing he cares about is that money. He don't care about showing women and men what they're doing wrong. And of course, you can't help ignorance, because you can lead the horse to the water, but you can't make them drink it. So for those who don't want to listen, who can't see anything other than the symptoms, there is no help for you. Not until you take your head out of your you-know-what. But as far as his work on YouTube goes, I wouldn't suggest sharing it anywhere. Unless it's his real older work. You're definitely not going to get by with sharing this. Not even on BitChute. That's right. Because BitChute won't allow it. They won't put it up. They won't let it go up. BitChute won't even let Divorce Corp go up. Divorce Corp go up. Why? Because somebody's protecting it for greed, for their selfishness, for greed. They don't want people seeing the real truth. This is not about giving you the real truth. This is about keeping the agenda going. Do you think it's an accident that this man passed over the men's rights movement to a female and allowed the feminist women to hijack a men's movement? No, it's not. It's not an accident at all. This guy's not worth $120 an hour. He's not even worth $1.20 an hour. No lie. He's not worth 10 cents an hour. Because he's part of the problem. You're not going to hear him talk about why is this happening in society? Where did it come from? What can we do to turn it around? Not at all. You're not going to hear that out of this man. Even though he's turned the men's rights movement over to feminists, basically. That's what he's done. Right under your nose. And then he gets up here and barks out his mouth, blah, 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 blah. And I don't care what people say about me. This guy's a disgrace. It's not what he didn't say here wasn't true, because it is true. What these two men talked about is very true. But see this guy here, Tom Leykis? He's exactly the same as this guy. You want to put money on it? How much money you got? You want to put money on it? He would not be as big and popular as he is if he wasn't working for the same people as this guy. They're both two peas in a pod. They're both exactly the same. They're here to keep an agenda going and make a lot of money and talk about only symptoms. So I'll tell you what, everybody in the United States of America and United Kingdom and wherever, I want these two guys to be your auto mechanics from now on. When your vehicle breaks down or your refrigerator breaks down or your furnace breaks down, doesn't matter what it is, I want you to call these two guys. They'll come and recognize the symptoms. They'll give you a phony cure. And then they'll collect your money. Then they'll go out the door and come back. Why? Because they didn't look for the root cause. So they'll have to come back again. So they can give you another symptom. Collect your money and go out the door again. Then they'll go back again to give you another symptom. Collect your money and go out the door again. That's what these two are. That's what these two are about. These two are about what does Tom Leykis and Poilum have in common? Right here. 120 US per full hour paid in advance. That's what them two have in common. So I thought I'd come up here and show you this. And whatever you do, don't try to play his newest work anywhere online or mirror it without their specific permission, because they're protecting their symptoms. And places like BitChute won't let you put this up. No, they won't. They will keep you from mirroring this on BitChute. Because the owner of BitChute is a lot like this guy here. Or like this guy here. They both have something in common. They do. He has something in common with both of these guys. He don't give a shit about you. He don't give a shit about what's right or wrong. All he gives a shit about is what? What does the owner of BitChute give a shit about? Right here. It's a tool. That's all he gives a shit about. Don't care about anything else. I've never done anything for money. I speak up because I care. Always have. That's the problem in our society. Nobody cares about right or wrong anymore. You've allowed your society to be completely destroyed through ignorance and dumbness. And these two don't even want you to share their symptoms. Even though this was an outstanding interview, they didn't tell no lies. They said it exactly as it is. But what they didn't talk about, why is it that way? Where did this come from? How come people are acting this way? How can we turn that around? No, that would be addressing the root issue. And we can't do that now, can we, guys? Isn't that right?